39 weeks and 5 days, I believe. Oh my God. I'm gonna be 40 weeks in 2 days. I'm on my yoga ball. I did some yoga exercises a few minutes ago. Really feel like coming on and just being in your presence, collective, just showing myself and just giving a part of myself as we're coming closer to that time of Ember being here. He is due November 24th. So we'll see. I just felt called to kind of vlog a bit. And I felt called to channel a bit. And then to eventually pull cards. So I'm in the bedroom right now. Yes, I am in my new spot. For those who don't know yet, I moved. Me and my husband moved. So I'm really getting more comfortable and accustomed to the bedroom space. I feel like I always need my space to be homey and cozy, and I know how to make it just that. Still more to work on in here, but for the most part, I'm really getting closer to feeling that when I'm in here. And I feel like I'm going to be in here a lot with the baby. So, yeah. I feel like things have really been up in the air when it comes to just knowing shit. It's like, what's coming next, you know? That's really been the question. And I just have no fucking idea. I feel like there's been a lot of stuff that are hidden that I didn't even know about. It's like that I eventually kind of caught on to, especially other readings that I would listen to. And I'm just here like, wow. I feel like there could be a lot of noise in the background, or there could be a lot of chaotic energy. So all while it's silent, it's almost like someone's just screaming like, blah, blah. And it's just all like, bitch, I want you to hear me, but I don't want you to hear me. It's that type of energy that I'm getting a hold of. And I also, when it comes to channeling, I feel like I'm picking up more on like animosity that isn't really known. It's like I wasn't aware that it was there. And just in general, just like when it comes to us as a collective, like whatever energies are outside of us, that is what I'm picking up on. It's like there's things being said, there's things that are being discussed that I didn't think it was that deep. Like a topic could have really became a real conversation for some people or for some individuals. Like now people are really speaking on how they feel, but they're not doing it towards that person that they're speaking about. So in other words, someone is being talked about. I get that. I feel like someone is heavily being felt. It's like someone is really tugging on your energy, and maybe it's like some of you can feel it, but you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know who it's coming from. Someone who is like, you have someone's attention and you may have no clue that it's someone you wouldn't even expect, or someone you might not even really know. You know what I mean? Like you never knew that you you had you were this much of a significance or importance to this person or group of people. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. Interesting. And I've been like hearing the word blue, like since I came over here to like get in the position of where I wanted to record. The color blue came to my mind, so that may mean something for somebody. And I'm also seeing the color orange. It's just, I feel like I was channeling a lot more earlier, but I got a phone call. And it's crazy because I was just starting to record, but then I got a phone call. So it's kind of like I'm trying to pick up on where I am right now, not necessarily where I left off. Like whatever I can remember from that is what I'm holding on to, but for the most part, I'm kind of just here now. So bear with me. Maybe it does just call for us to go ahead and pull some cards. And I don't even know what fucking deck to even pull from. Like, I'm kind of getting a hold of something more dark. And I don't know. Like, it's something really, like a really magical deck. And do I want to do Oracle? What do we want to do? Do we want to do Oracle or Tarot? We want to pull from Oracle, or do we want to do both? We have time today. We are going to make time today. Because why not? We are going to make it what we want. We are going to create from the heart space today, for sure. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to figure out what I want to pull from. Okay, Oracle. These are kind of, these are 007. That's so crazy. These are the James Bond 007. And it's not tarot. They're regular playing cards, but I have used them as for tarot before. It's really interesting using playing cards for tarot, but I was thinking that they were the shamanic healing oracle cards, because that is what I'm being drawn to. So in the meantime, let's just pull from here. And if it calls for us to get more specific, we'll pull from an oracle deck. We'll get an oracle deck out. I love this deck though, by the way. The shamanic healing. I love how it looks. I love everything about it. All is good. Let me just make sure everything is all right. So what do we have for the collective for this harvest, for the rest of this harvest season, right? Like, we are really closing out November. November came by so fast. And I remember at one point, you know, before November came here, I was like, what the fuck is about to happen in November? Like, what is to come in November? Because this is also the month of me giving birth to my child. And he's a Thanksgiving baby and shit. He's a harvest baby. And after a while, I was like, oh, is he going to come early? So I started to wonder, what if he, you know, is going to be a Scorpio? But it looks to me like he is going to be a Sagittarius. And either one is fine for me. Either one is great. He's going to be a pain in the ass. He's going to be full of energy. He's going to have a slick tongue. He's going to be smart as fuck. He's going to be very intelligent. It's like getting excited for these things, but also being scared of it. because it's like, what the fuck did you create? What did you create? I feel like there should be a full moon coming up. I don't believe it passed already. So let's just be in the energy of now. Let's be in the energy of whatever is to come for these next few days, within these last few days of this month. For the remainder of November, what do we have for this harvest season for my collective? Divine, oh my God. Bitch. Divine timing. Divine timing. So stop pushing. And this goes for me as well. Stop pondering and wondering and stressing about what is not under your control right now, what you can't see right now. Remember, the unknown is your friend. If you allow it to be, if you allow the unknown to just be what it is, you do capture a lot from this energy. You do take in a lot. You do process a lot. You're able to take in the downloads that come with the energy of the unknown. And you are able to eventually make connections with it. And that's what I was telling myself. Like, I think just when it comes to my situation, it's like I felt like Ember was going to come earlier. And the fact that he's still not here yet, it can mean that he can still come any day. But he could also come by next week. And there's a reason for that. There's something that I just need to accept within that. So I've slowly started to understand over these past few days now that it's just like, it just is what it is. To where I'm not emotionally attached to anything anymore. I don't really feel what I felt before and the intensity of what I felt. I'm just here. And I think maybe some of you also need to come around to gravitating to that feeling more as well when it comes to your dynamic, when it comes to your situation. Inner journey at the bottom of the deck. This is a personal experience for someone. There's some kind of personal experience here, and it's only meant for you to see through. It's only meant for you to understand for yourself, but you have to put yourself in it. You know, you got to put yourself there, and then you just got to sit in it. It's almost like, I don't know, like it's like creating a bath, like run some water in a bathtub and then just go in there and sit in there, and like somehow you'll become inspired. Something will come to you, some ideas will come to you, some thought process will follow through. It calls for some kind of silence. It just calls to be still. Believe it or not, sometimes these things just, the process of manifestation or wanting to just get a little further in whatever process you're going through, of whatever transition, whatever change you're going through, sometimes it just calls for you to shut the fuck up. Sometimes it calls for you to tell other people around you to shut the fuck up too. Like, stop. If you feel like there's energies around you that are like pushing you or poking at you to do, or to be, or to say, cut that shit out. And do it however you feel you're called to do it. Do it in the manner that feels right. But still do it from the heart. Still do it with compassion. Because it doesn't call for a fight, but it just calls for being there for you right now. It calls for, what do I need right now? What does the self need right now? And clearly, collective doesn't really know. So it doesn't call for you to keep pushing to try. It doesn't call for you to keep pushing to try to find out how to know or what to know. It just calls for the rest to come to you. And so this inner journey card, it's kind of like, it gives the energy of a maze, or like of a puzzle. It's decoding something. Something's being decoded, and it's only meant for your eyes. There's something that you're able to decode within the situation, and you don't get it right away, but then later on you look at it again. You look at it and you're like, wait a second, this looks familiar. I feel like I've seen this before. I think I know how to depict this for what it is. You know, it could be you decoding a language too. Some kind of signs. You're getting closer to these signs, and you realize you're closer than you thought you were. And now it's like bracing yourself for that, bracing yourself to be like, are you ready? And I think that's what my energy has been anticipating at this point. I think that's the understanding that I'm getting closer to with my own situation, where it's like, once he comes, he's not turning around. He's not going to hold back. He's going to come. So let me really just check off if there's any other things that I really need to center myself with, and really get the clarity that I need within self. Nobody can do that for me. None of you can do that for me. I know I've gotten advice here left and right about how to do this and how to prepare myself for my child, but at the end of the day, this is my experience. So I appreciate it, but I don't need it. I don't. And so at this point, it's really, and if anything, you know, people are so loud online, but where are they physically? You know, I haven't had any visitors for real like that. I haven't had anyone really try to like push to really be like, hey, how are you? How are you? You know? It's like, I get a lot of, how are you and the baby and stuff, but how are you? You know, that's one of the things that my husband has reminded me about too. And I really love him for that. Like, I really appreciate him for always making sure I'm good. But also, like, having me keep that awareness of, like, of something that I naturally already do see and know. You know, but it all is very significant in its own way. It's like, pay attention to the small details. Pay attention to the signs, right? So I just feel like, yeah, I'm going to be in my meditative space. I'm going to continue to do what I need to do for me. I'm going to show up for myself in the way I need to show up for me. And what I do from here on out is because I feel it's best for me and my family, not for your comfort. So I just feel like that's something I had to share for some folks. But divine timing. Yeah. There are events that are coming up for the collective, and you just need to kind of sit tight. Like, sit tight, but don't put yourself in an uncomfortable position. Like, you know, this only means to get more comfortable now, in a sense. Like, really get into a position that feels right for you, because you always deserve to breathe. You always deserve to make room for yourself, to be comfortable. People feel like in order to fit in this world, you have to really, like, lean on survival. You have to prove yourself that you deserve to be here, that you deserve to just breathe air like everyone else here. But if you're not pushing yourself enough where it's close to death, then you're not worthy enough. And that is outdated as fuck. Don't let anyone tell you that. Don't let anyone make you feel that way. You know, motherfuckers have a lot of soul searching to do, and so they can't help but to just project shit onto other people. But do not get lost in the illusion. It's a scam. It's a waste of time. And it's honestly insulting to your own self, because who told you that was true? What made you believe that that was something that you had to go through? Like, you had to go along with that? Like, who said? Right? Damn, all the cards just fucking flew out. That's crazy. That means that there's a lot that people, and there's a lot that the collective either needs to get out. Something needs to be said. Something is dying to be said. Someone also doesn't have the courage to say what they want to say. That can be an okay thing, and that could also be a very dangerous. I don't want to use the word dangerous, but it's kind of along those lines, because it's like, it's limiting, but it's like, it's backed up energy, and that can lead towards some kind of resentment later on. I get that too, right? But let's see, what else do we have for the collective? Okay, I'm just gonna go with what comes out at this point. Joy and self-love. These just came out together. Joy and self-love with divine timing. There isn't anything like the present. I just heard the present. And if this has to be a simple last reading, then let it be. Slow but steady. At this point, something is beyond your control. You really got to just leave it up. Leave it up to the universe. Leave it up to your ancestors. Leave it up to spirit. Leave it up to the divine. There's something that you need to deeper see within yourself. You need to truly see the beauty that's within yourself. How far you've come when it comes to some kind of situation or dynamic that you're in. Seeing the length of it and the process of everything that you went through within this transition is something that you need to take time to you got to take time to celebrate yourself in some way. You got to take time to be a little bit more easy on your situation, because life is short, I guess. Life is just what the fuck it is, and nobody can tell you otherwise, because they are not God. They are not above you. You are just simply here, you know? Like, take up as much space as you need to. Not out of spite, not for any wrongful intentions, but because if you feel called to do that, you know, you feel called to just be who you are and show up in the ways that you feel called to, then do so. If it means that you're going to take up a lot of space, then so be it. But, yeah, self-love, that sticks out a lot. But joy being the card right in the middle, it's reconnecting back to that. They're intertwining. Divine timing and self-love are on the outside, right? While joy is in the middle, right? So it's like, no matter where you turn, no matter how you try to make a situation fit for everyone else, it's never going to be enough for everyone else. Everyone is always going to have something to say. Everyone is always going to feel some type of way. But all you can do is the best that you can. And you really gotta make sure that it's starting with you. You got to make sure you're good first before you make sure other people are good. I'm feeling a lot of selfish energy right now. It's like someone could have really, they were bending backwards for somebody or a group of people, and this person or group of people still just, it's not enough for them. Nothing is ever enough for this individual or these people, and it's like, to what extent? Like, what is it gonna take? You know, like, what is it gonna take? It's just like, it's outdated. It's an outdated way of being, of thinking, an outdated type of mindset that I'm getting a hold of right now. And it just calls for some type of relocation. It calls for some type of movement away from that kind of energy. Someone really needs to get away from this energy and get quiet within themselves. Someone needs to be able to think for themselves. Now I'm getting a group of people like all up in somebody's face like, no, this is not how you do it. Why are you doing it this way? Why aren't you listening to us? We know what we're talking about. We're trying to help you. And it's very manipulative energy. Whether this group of people are aware that they're being manipulative or not, they just are. It's just what they're doing. And it's not it. It's not where it's at. Slow but steady at the bottom of the deck, right? No matter how you come out of this experience, take your time. It doesn't mean move purposely, just move slow. That's not what I'm saying. Just take your time. Move in the way that you feel is right. Take your time when you're assessing something, when you're doing a certain job. You're coming to the end. You're coming to the finale of it. You're coming to the closing part of it. You're coming to the end of it. So do it with grace. Do it with poise. Do it with ease. Do it with ease. Honoring your energy at the bottom of the deck. Underneath what was at the bottom of the deck. This is what's underneath it. Honoring your energy. Sorry. Yes. That is all that we really can do at this point. Like, it's kind of this energy of like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? What more do you expect of me? What is it that you're expecting of yourself? That's the shit I'm talking about with the whole projection shit. Like, someone is so caught up in their own shit. They're so lost within their shit. Their literal fucking shit. They're just sitting in their shit. And they need to distract themselves. But really, they're just digging a deeper hole by trying to bring someone in their shit. No. That's how you burn. You burn your energy quick like that. Trying to, not only you're focusing on the wrong shit, but now you're trying to shift your energy into a whole other space that you don't really even have access to, and you're trying to sabotage that energy. You're just trying to rearrange shit and fuck shit up. You're making it worse for yourself more than you realize. All while disrupting this other person's energy. Is mad disrespectful. This self-love, as I look at it and I see these drops, these raindrops, they made me think of tears. And it made me think of someone maybe taking time out to be vulnerable. Maybe it calls for, it ends up calling for someone to just release whatever it is that they need to release. Whether they find the words on how they feel and how they want to express themselves. They find who they want to go to do that. And then they find how they do that. They find what works for them when it comes to how they want to express themselves. So it means that they want to just cry. You know, there's someone nearby who is open to that. They're there with open arms for this person. It's almost like they've been waiting for this person to do whatever it is they need to do, to open up to them however they need to open up, because they've been ready with those open arms. So this person is catching your tears, and they're holding space for you with love. And I hear gratitude. There's a lot of genuineness in this card here. Yeah, that feels really good. And it's also 41. Number 41 turns into 5. So in a sense, this is a card of change. Maybe this helps someone, it helps reveal more of what they could have been missing. It helps reveal what's been hidden. And it could also mean that it reveals what has been hidden within you. A part of you that you weren't willing to really reveal of yourself. And you found a way to become more vulnerable. You found a way to use your voice in a way that it's like, this is all I wanted to get out. So, yeah, this being a 5 card and symbolizing change, it's like creating a new perception. It's like a perception is now downloaded somehow. A new way to perceive something has been discovered. Therefore, you see things from a new lens. And now your approach to the next step into something, or your next transition or experience, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, collective, it's all there just waiting for you with open arms. It's like you're really just waiting on yourself. It's like another version of you. It's just, they're all there. They're just all fucking there. Your past, present, and future or something. It's just like, it's something along those lines. It's like everything is just waiting for you. It's like what felt lost was never lost or gone. It was just misplaced. And now you can really create. You can create from so much abundance that's already just, it lies within you. It's just been here this whole time. You have more room to create and to grow than you thought you did. It's like you come to discover a family heirloom, that there was something left with you that holds a lot more significance and power than you expected. You know, it's like the resources that you're left with, or that you're somehow given, it really brings in a new perception and a new outlook of how things can look. It's like your future is here.